All right, welcome to lesson 2 for unit 6. We're going to specifically talk about just a few native plant species of Oklahoma. So the learning goal here is that you'll be able to identify and describe key plant species that are local to Oklahoma. So what are native plants? Like what makes a plant native or not? So native plants are those that occur naturally in a particular region. They've evolved and adapted to the local environment over thousands of years. In Oklahoma, these species play crucial roles in maintaining ecological balance and supporting local wildlife. They are the plants that are meant to be there. They naturally evolved there. They are fit to the environment. They have natural predators. They have the resources that they need, all of those things. The opposite would be an invasive species that is not from there. So important to differentiate those two. So the significance of native plants. So they offer resilience against local challenges like climate extremes, pests, and diseases. They provide habitat and food for native wildlife and support biodiversity, which is important for human health. And they also preserve the unique identity and heritage of a region. If we wiped out native plants and we just put whatever we wanted everywhere, we would just lose the identity of what, like in Oklahoma, what the grasslands are. And that's a huge part of each individual ecosystem. All right, so let's look at the specific plants we're going to focus on for this lesson. So let's look at prairie grasses first. We're going to look at 2 of each. So our first prairie grass is the big blue stem. We talked about this briefly in our last lesson. So it's known for its distinctive bluish hue. This tall grass dominates Oklahoma's prairies, offering food and shelter for various animals. This is what it looks like. And then these are the flowers. So it stands tall with distinctive bluish green stems and leaves. Its seed heads resemble a turkey's foot, changing color from green to a reddish brown. And that reddish brown is what we're seeing here. And these are looks like turkey feet, kind of. And then during the growing season, it can reach heights of 5 to 8 feet, providing ample shelter for wildlife. So these get very, very tall. Remember, we were talking about tall grass prairies versus like just the open fields. Tall grass prairies, they are tall grasses, 5 to 8 feet. All right, our next and last prairie grass we're going to talk about is switchgrass. So switchgrass, I didn't read the scientific name for big blue stem is Andropogon gerardi. When it has that 2 eyes, it's like an EE. For switchgrass, it's Panicum variegatum, and it's resilient and versatile. It's a vital component of prairie ecosystems, and it's used for soil conservation and as forage for livestock. So it has dense clumped growth with slender leaves that range from green to blue-green. Typically grows to about 3 to 6 feet, so still kind of tall, but not like a tall grass. And then in late summer, it produces airy, delicate panicles, these little things right here, with tiny little seeds, and they often turn about a golden hue, so that's what we're seeing right there. All right, let's look at 2 wildflowers. First one's going to be Indian blanket, so Gaillardia pulchella, and its vibrant red and yellow petals make it a standout among wildflowers, attracting pollinators like butterflies and bees. It has red and yellow ray flowers, forming a blanket-like appearance, so they have a lot of flowers that kind of cover that whole area. It has a central brownish cone surrounded by colorful petals. And it grows in clusters and attracts a multitude of pollinators due to its vibrant colors. We see that bee on the picture. And then last wildflower is purple cone flower. So Echinacea purpurea. It's renowned for its medicinal properties, and this flower is a favorite in gardens and supports pollinators like the bee we see right there. It has large showy flowers with a distinct purple-pink petal and prominent spiky orange-brown central cone. The stem is sturdy and hairy, and it typically grows to around 2 to 5 feet in height. It's known for its potential medicinal uses and its hardy perennial, attracting various pollinators. All right, the last type of plants we're going to talk about for a specific local species is going to be trees. So the first is Oklahoma is the eastern redbud. So these are very, very common here. So it's Cercis canadensis, and it's known for its stunning pink flowers in spring. This tree is a symbol of Oklahoma's beauty and resilience. It has heart-shaped leaves that emerge as a deep red and turn a glossy green in the summer. So normally with a lot of trees, you see the green kind of come out first. These, when they're first starting to get those leaves, they are a really pretty red, hence the redbud. In early spring, before the leaves fully develop, it adorns itself with clusters of small rosy pink flowers along its branches, which is what we're seeing here. It grows to a medium size for trees, reaching heights of about 20 to 30 feet with a rounded canopy. So it's kind of a rounded shape. Last tree we're going to talk about is an oak. So this is the post oak. So it's Quercus stellata. It's an iconic tree of the Oklahoma landscape. It's adapted to survive in harsh conditions, like the winters here, and provides vital resources for wildlife, food and habitat both. It's recognizable by its rugged, deeply lobed leaves. So we can kind of see the leaves right here. There's a lot of cuts into them that makes it deeply lobed, with a cross-like shape and distinct bristle-tipped lobes. It develops acorns right here that serve as an important food source for various wildlife species. Has a twisted trunk and branches providing a distinct appearance in the Oklahoma landscape. So those are 6 local species to focus on and see next time you're driving around, if you can recognize any of them. So let's talk about the importance of conservation efforts. So for ecosystem services are what we get from the ecosystem. So it could be just beautiful sites, but native plants also contribute to soil health so we can grow better food, water purification so we can have clean water to drink, erosion control so that our soil is staying where it should be, and then it offers other invaluable ecosystem services like clean air as well. The challenges with conservation is that we have a lot of habitat loss due to urbanization and agriculture. We need to grow food and we need places to live. So it's inevitable that we're going to get rid of some of the local ecosystems. And invasive species also disrupt native plant communities. And climate change can also impact natural habitats. If plants or animals are used to it being a specific kind of temperature or getting a certain specific amount of rain, and that's changing because of climate change, then they may not be able to continue to thrive. So what can we do to help with conservation? We can promote awareness and education about native plants' significance. We can establish native plant gardens to showcase their beauty and importance. So if you choose to plant plants, choose to plant native plants so that you are helping maintain and conserve those species here. And then participating in restoration efforts by planting native species in degraded areas. All right, that is the end of this lesson. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.